I was in Athens, and it was probably Friday at 6:30 in the evening, and my day had wrapped up, and I called him. I said, "Dad, what are you up to?" And he goes, "Well, I'm in the library." I said, "Well, what's going on?" He goes, "Well, I'm trying to read up on a subset of patients with mitral stenosis that may or may not have proper anticoagulation that have paroxysmal atrial fibrillation." And I was like, "Wow." He goes, "Yeah, I just ran across a patient with something I was a little unclear about what their anticoagulation regimen should be, so I'm trying to update myself." I'm headed home to start my weekend, and my father, who's still just so in tune with his patients and the pursuit of excellence with medicine and all that, he was still working.
Dr. Morris says if you had to pick out a medical student and say, this is the type of physician we want you and all of your classmates to become, he's that guy.
Dr. Morris has had a number of really influential positions throughout the years here at Emory. In addition to being the vice chairman of the Department of Medicine, he's been the CEO and director of the Emory Clinic. He served as an associate executive dean for clinical affairs at the School of Medicine. He's been a really influential director of the Carlisle Fraser Heart Center at Crawford Long Hospital, now Emory University Hospital Midtown. He's been the director of the Emory Healthcare Heart Center. And in each of those, he's brought professionalism, he's brought talent, he's brought skill, he's brought compassion.
He's a true gentleman, and he always makes patients and residents and fellows feel very comfortable around him.
He's truly a good human being. He asked me, would it be okay to buy lunch for all of the guest services staff? Because he wanted us to know that we were important and how impactful we were to him and how impactful we were to patients and visitors who came in and out of the hospital.
He's been awarded the Outstanding Teacher Award here at Emory 7 years in a row, and he's been recognized as one of the 10 best cardiac doctors by Atlanta Magazine, again, many, many years consistently.
Doug is all of the things I've already told you, but he's somewhat boring with his personality because he is very straight-laced and never deviates from what you should do.
There was no eye-opening moment. There was no, bolt of lightning that came in and hit me and said, this is what you want to do. My dad was very much in favor of me being a physician. He wanted me to be. I got started down that pathway of pre-med and stayed in it and went to med school, and here I am.
Dr. Morris came to Emory in 1973 and joined faculty in 1975. At the time, heart attacks were treated oftentimes by putting a patient in the hospital, watching and waiting and hoping for the best. In 1977, a gentleman by the name of Andreas Grünzig in Europe developed the balloon angioplasty. He figured out a way to use a balloon at the end of a catheter to break up the clot, to prevent heart attacks and to treat them in a way that was really revolutionary.
With angioplasty coming in, it suddenly changed cardiology to not primarily a diagnostic procedure, but more of a therapeutic modality. You could take these people who were writhing in chest pain and get rid of it, and get rid of it very quickly.
Instead of opening the chest and doing bypass operations, now we were able to do this procedure, and the next day the patient goes home.
Dr. Morris, along with a couple colleagues, John Douglas and Spencer King, went over, learned the technique, spent time there, and actually they ended up convincing Dr. Grünzig to come here to Emory.
They became the center of angioplasty in the Southeast.
Because of his leadership, we did the first balloon angioplasty in North America right here at Emory, and in fact, we continued to be pioneers in treating heart attacks and treating cardiac disease really ever since.
He reads every night, and he doesn't read a lot of fiction. He likes real stories. He likes biographies, autobiographies. He likes stories of history. Mostly he reads about people and the things that they have done. He's after information, but he's also after experience. And I think that that is part of why he likes the history reading, is that he's always looking to learn something.
If there is something that is good for the patient, you have the responsibility of not only applying that to your patients, but showing the people that are coming up how to do it.
He loves the teaching role. Even in his interaction with his patients, he's teaching them. That's an important part of his life, is being able to leave something with someone so that they can make themselves better.
Patients sometimes, as I said, come in and hide their true feelings, and we've got to be able to penetrate that. We've got to listen to them and understand them and put ourselves in their place and say, boy, I appreciate what these people are going through.
When I think of Doug Morris, the word that comes to mind is influential.
And I've never heard a patient say a bad word about Doug Morris. They always praise him and love him. And he's just that kind of person.
I've gotten to know so many doctors over the years, and there's nobody that doesn't speak highly of him.
Boy, he always seemed to make the right decisions. I mean, he always seemed to make the right, clear decision.
He's caring, he's kind, he's hardworking.
He's just an awfully kind man, an awfully big heart.
He's a calm-natured person and just the kindest person I've ever met and known in my life.
No matter where you look, he's touched people, he's touched patients, he's touched learners. He's really touched the communities in which he works.
He is truly the physician's physician. Better than that, if he is your friend, you couldn't have a better friend.